Today, on Be Something Wonderful, stop manifesting the hard way and do this to get everything you want. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. One of you reached out to say, Tom, I'm just so exhausted. It's frustrating, and it seems like manifesting and creating my reality seems inconsistent. And I just end up exhausted, irritated, and frustrated. Well, guys, I want to talk about this idea today and more. Yes, you can create that experience of exhaustion, of frustration, of irritation, because when you manifest and create backwards or from the bottom up, it's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's irritating. It seems inconsistent and arbitrary, right? As you try to make something happen from the bottom up. That's because you're manifesting backwards. But we're going to flip it today, right? And it points to the idea that we've talked about in other videos, the idea of the be, do, have paradigm. That it's about being that person you want to desire to be. Then everything you do and everything you want to have will be there. But let's show this like we never have before. Stop manifesting the hard way and manifest the aligned way. Remember what the ancients said. I am the way. Your awareness of being is the way to everything that you want and desire. Manifesting, creating from the bottom up is exhausting, and it's done in vain, right? You're moving furniture around in a room where the furniture is always moving. Think about this. It's like moving furniture around in a room, but the furniture itself is always moving. And you are the furniture and you are the room. So everything's always changing. Your reality changes every time you look at it because you looked. And that changes everything, the past, present, and future. This is based on a movie Next with Nicola Cage, where he talks about the future. And he says a funny thing about the future. It changes every time you look at it because you looked. And that changes everything. It changes because you are reality. In other words, your experience, your objective experience of that one great unseen reality, or I am awareness, is always shifting and changing based on who and what you're conscious of being. And when we talk about this idea that your reality changes every time you look, or every time you look at it, because you looked, and that changes everything. Your past, present, and future is all created right now. Yes, there are quantum physics talks about that. There are ideas, but it's not just the ideas of the observer effect in quantum physics, that the observer affects the reality, or entanglement, that the idea that particles are entangled, and so what you do to one affects the other, or even non-locality, that it doesn't matter how far those particles are apart, that when you do something to one, it affects the other. All of that's true, but all of those are manifestations. Those ideas are manifestations of you as reality, right? The behavior of those quantum unseen particles or the quantum connection between everything is because you are reality. Those are just ideas or trying to understand the unseen reality that you are. So let's talk about this. It is that you are reality. You as I am awareness. In other words, you are the observer. You are the observing and you are the observed. That's what that whole idea of the observer effect means. You're not affecting something outside of you. You are that reality. You're all of it. There's nothing outside of you. You're entangled with reality, but you're entangled as the reality itself. That's what entanglement means. There's nothing outside of you. You're trying to fix or change or alter or influence or get rid of a reality that you are. Do you see? You are the furniture in the room. So it doesn't matter how many times you move that furniture. It doesn't change anything because it's always changing into who and what you're being. Everything, everywhere, all at once. It's all you. There's no delay. That's where the idea of delay comes. The idea of delay comes from the idea of separation. Right? So rather, everything, everywhere, all at once is shifting and changing as you are as reality. That's why it seems like there's a delay between what you want and the manifestation of it. Because you're always looking as reality. You're the delay. You create it all. You're creating your reality in every moment as reality. That's why level 1, we're going to talk about, that I've talked about in previous videos, the 7 levels of reality creation. But the lowest level is level 1. The physical manifested reality of people, events, and circumstances is the very bottom of the reality creation process. Trying to influence those, trying to change them, trying to get rid of them. All action that you take here is reactive. It's driven by the lack of and separation from all that you want and desire. Remember, those people, events, and circumstances, that holographic physical experience, that reflection in the mirror is you. It's all of you. You're entangled. You're part of it. Right? You are that reality. You're not just part of it, you're all of it. Right? So it's all changing in every moment. So trying to make changes as though there's an objective reality out there, outside of you, is in vain. That's level 1. Right? Most actions from level 1 are really to compensate, or compensatory actions. Compensate for what? Compensate for the metaphysical mess, or what I used to call the messy middle, that you created with false, in other words, negative or not the truth of who you are, false assumptions and definitions of yourself. Assumptions, definitions, thoughts, and feelings at higher levels. Do you see it? Most actions from level 1 are to compensate for any assumptions or definitions or thoughts and feelings that you have of yourself that are at higher levels. Level 1 is the physical manifested reality. So you take physical actions here to compensate for that mess you made on higher levels. Do you see this? And then level 2, actions to create and manifest from level 2. Level 2 is feelings and emotions. Level 1, the physically manifested people, events, and circumstances that we take actions to try to alter or move around, like moving furniture around in a room. And then at level 2, we try to create and manifest from level 2 of feelings and emotions, those unseen feelings or sensations in the body. They're an attempt to resolve negative or unwanted feelings, to feel better, based on the assumption that if I feel better about the reality that I don't want and I don't prefer, then I can manifest and create what I do want and prefer. That's in vain, right? You see, like level 1, it's compensatory. It's to compensate, right? It's action to compensate or to clean up the metaphysical mess that you made with you identifying as those false thoughts and assumptions of who you are. Do you see that? So again, you're only ever feeling what you're thinking and assuming. So when you try to feel better, you're trying to create and try to change things on this level 2, where all of those things you're trying to change were created on higher levels. So again, it's in vain. So level 1, the people, events, and circumstances, try to take physical action to affect that. And then level 2, the feelings and emotions, trying to take actions to compensate, trying to resolve things, do things to feel better. And as you focus on that, you're no longer focused on the reality that you want and desire. You're focused on the things you have to do to feel better about the reality you don't want, so you can manifest the reality that you do want. Wow. Trying to resolve, trying to feel better. Forget all that, right? That you got to go up a higher level. And then there's level 3. Level 3 are your changing thoughts. Level 1, the people, events, and circumstances. Level 2, your feelings and emotions. Level 3, your changing thoughts. You're only ever feeling what you're thinking. They come and go. Some may appear even persistent, just like those feelings. Creating and and then you're creating and manifesting by trying to think better thoughts in hopes that you will feel better, in hopes that the people, events, and circumstances will change then. It's an intent to resolve and clean up the metaphysical mess that you made with your false and bogus assumptions and definitions of who you are. The higher levels, 4 and 5, what we're going to talk about in a moment. Your self-concept or your self-image. That's what creates it. So level 3 it's again in vain. That's why positive thinking never really worked, right? Right? Trying to affirm something that something is white when you believe and define it as black creates this impossible situation for yourself, right? You get exhausted and frustrated and irritated. Your self-concept or self-image, in other words, the levels 4 and 5, are what you believe to be true or the truth of who you are in your reality. Like levels 2, trying to create on level 3 is compensatory action. You're trying to compensate for the metaphysical mess you made at higher levels. Now there's level 4, right? That's the level of what you assume, the law of assumption, as Neville Goddard teaches. That's the law of what you assume and define or believe to be true about yourself and your reality. The assumptions that you make about yourself or that you believe about yourself or how you define yourself to be, they seem hidden and automatic. That's where the whole idea of the subconscious comes in. They seem to be automatically creating a life that either you want or don't want. Because you assume them and believe them to be so for so long. You have believed these thoughts and assumed those assumptions to be so long of who you are, you don't even question it anymore. You don't question that identity, those assumptions of who you believe you are in your reality. So they feel automatic. Right? They feel hidden. But they're right there and you can question them anytime. That's level 4. And then trying to manifest and create and make changes from here, from level 4, is more powerful than the lower levels of 1 through 3 of the physical manifested conditions. Level 1. Level 2 of your changing feelings and emotions. And level 3 of your changing and fleeting thoughts. It's more powerful to make changes here. It's possible here with your assumptions and your beliefs. But you believe them to be so true. You believe them to be that who you are. That's what makes them seem difficult to change at this level. But still, sometimes it seems futile and in vain if you're still identifying level 5, that identity or self-concept or image of who you are, with and as the version of you who is not who they dream or desire or want to be, or doesn't have what they want to have. You see, that's what makes creating at level 4 sometimes feel in vain, or futile, or frustrating, or exhausting. Because still you're making assumptions at level 5, at some concept or image you have of yourself, that you're saying that's the truth of who I am. So that brings us to level 5, that of your I am identity. The answer to the eternal question poised by your higher self, the ancients in Scripture. In Matthew 16:15, Jesus as your I am awareness, the metaphysical idea of Jesus Christ as the Son of Man and the Son of God, asking his disciples, who do you say that I am? Not levels 4, 3, 2, and 1. Not the physical manifested circumstances of people, events, and things on level 1. Not the changing feelings or emotions that I feel at level 2. Not the changing thoughts or the fleeting thoughts on level 3, and not even the assumptions or definitions of who I believe the truth of who I am. Because those can feel the idea of automatic or subconscious or hidden or difficult to change. In other words, who do you say that I am? What is your ideal, ultimate assumption of yourself? Not levels 1 through 4, but all your power and authority to identify comes from above. All of it comes from the higher levels. Now at level 5, that's the opportunity to create from the highest level. I am that I am. I am God and there is no other. I am the creator of my reality and there is no other. I am the source of everything that I want and desire. I am already all that is. Level 6 is your I am awareness, all that is. What they refer to in Scripture as the Son of God, the Son of existence, the Son of that isness. Being aware of yourself as all that is. That's powerful as you define yourself from that higher level. On level 5, looking upward versus downward. Now you're creating from the top down. Now it's impossible to get exhausted or frustrated or irritated. And then you got level 7, that's existence itself. That's the great I am. That's what some might refer to as God, or the one divine mind, or the intelligent mind, that one existence, that one great existence, that one great pure awareness or pure consciousness. And level 6 is you being aware of yourself from your higher self as that son of existence, as all that is. All the isness that there is you. So let's see this today. And here they are. Now, I've covered this in many videos, but for those of you that are not familiar with it, here they are. 7 levels of reality creation. And when you work from the bottom up, it's exhausting, it's frustrating, it's irritating, it seems inconsistent, it seems arbitrary. But as you create from the top down, now you're creating as the creator, as the source, as all that is, as all that you want to be, do, or have. You see yourself as that multidimensional being, choosing, not changing anything, but choosing that experience. And remember, 7's mentioned over 700 times in Scripture, meaning completion or perfection. It's the ultimate state. It's where all extremes meet, all paradoxes are reconciled. That one unity of all that is, that one unity of existence. So the highest level is the great I am, existence, you as the creator. That's who you are, period. And then as source, I am that I am, as God said to Moses. What was he saying to Moses? It is I. It is I, existence itself, life itself. That isness is, I exist and I will always exist. There's no before, there's no after, there just is. There's nothing outside of me. I am the absolute reality. I am the absolute law. I am the law. And then there's 6, the Son of God or the Son of existence. I am aware of myself as all that is, as that isness, as that I, as the Son, as the higher self, the real you. These 2 levels, I and the Father are one, and the Father is greater than I. That is God. That's the one reality. That's ultimate reality. Those 2 levels together. That idea of who you are. That's the highest idea of who you are. You've got existence itself, and then you've got existence and expression as I am awareness. Being aware of yourself as all that is. Then you have all that is in expression as an I am identity, the Son of Man. Right? Level 5. The perfect real you in expression. It's your highest ideal, or the human concept, the highest human concept you have of yourself. Who do you say that I, the Son of Man, am? Who do people say that I, the Son of Man, am? This is your highest concept. It comes from above, not below. That's why Jesus said that to Pontius Pilate when he got captured. And Pilate's asking him questions and he's not answering. And Pilate threatens to execute him or set him free. He says, I have the power to execute you and set you free. And Jesus, as your I am awareness says, you would have no power whatsoever. You could or would have no power and authority unless it's given from above. Not below, not from levels 4, 3, 2, and 1, but from above. That's you right now deciding Then there's level 4. There's your assumptions, your definitions, your beliefs of yourself and your reality, your truth, based on your highest ideal. Do you see? That's powerful. Then level 3, your thoughts that come and go. Even though they appear persistent, they're based on your truth. They're based on your assumptions, your definitions, what you believe is true or the truth about yourself. And then you have level 2, the feelings and emotions that seem to come and go. Though some appear to be real and persistent, and they're based on your changing thoughts. And then you have level 1, the seen, the manifested physical circumstances or appearances based on the unseen manifested conditions. Remember, this is the unseen manifested conditions. This is the seen. These are the lowest levels. That's why it feels so exhausting. That's why it feels so frustrating. Imagine, assume, and affirm your reality from here, looking upward, not from here, looking downward. Big difference, right? Trying to create from the bottom up, trying to manipulate those physical circumstances, saying that your reality, but focusing on making changes here. Saying that you're reality or God or that you're that person you desire to be, but yet trying to feel better, trying to manipulate your feelings and your thoughts. Right? Assuming that you're the person you desire to be, but yet getting all your evidence and proof from down here as opposed to up here, who you really are. Wow. Stop manifesting the hard way and manifest the aligned way. Do this to get everything you want. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios at Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for being with me. Be sure to join us on the Tom Kearin YouTube channel. We have another massive video coming out on that channel. Everything's popping. Be sure to visit that. And we have another live event on the Be Something Wonderful Manifesting channel for sure. On the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. That's going to come out later this month. And we have a new video, new content coming out on the membership channel this week. So be sure to watch all of it. If you're a member, join us. If you're not, check out the link below. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.